So, ladies and gentlemen, on our vintage sports file this week, in tribute well, you might as well say the 50th anniversary of the Vancouver Canucks, we're talking about some of the key draft picks of the mid to late 1970s. Now, within this format, we're going to be talking about the great Don Lever, Dennis Ververgaert, Bob Daly, Rick Blight, and Jerry Gillis. Now, we're going to start with, I think, one of the most underrated players of his generation. And when you're drafted third overall by an expansion team, or close to expansion, there was a lot of pressure on this guy. He was known as Cleaver Lever, but better known as Don Lever. Now, Donald Richard Lever, born November 14, 1952, played in the NHL for 15 years between 1973 and 1987. Now, comes from a great community. I've never been to South Porcupine, but I think it's near North Porcupine. South Porcupine, Ontario. Now, 5'11", 185, he came to major prominence with the Niagara Falls Flyers of the OHA. Now, his best season with Niagara was in 72, his draft year, when he got 126 points in 69 games, including 61 goals. But very bizarre, I thought the WHA would take a pick with this guy, but Vancouver took him. Now, his first rookie season was a little bit below expectation, 38 points, but by his third season in AHL, he really opened out, and that infamous 1975 playoff where he made it against Montreal in the quarterfinals. He didn't do much in the playoffs because of injury, but he had 38 goals in a regular season, including 68 points. Now, the 38-goal season was pretty well his career high. He also scored 25 goals in 76, 27 in 77, 17 in 78, 23 in 79, and 1979-80 he found himself traded to the Atlanta Flames alongside Brad Smith in exchange for Ivan Bolarev and Darcy Rhoda. Now, this was met with some negativity in the Vancouver press, but because they felt that Lever, if he would have stayed, could have done more to help them in the Stanley Cup run of a short while later, and I tend to agree. He eventually found his way to the New Jersey Devils as its captain, and he also scored the first goals in Devils history. Now, he was a two-way specialist. He could do well in the power play and on the penalty kill, and his great career led to him to have 1,020 career NHL games, including 313 goals and 367 assists for 680 points. Now, on March 9, 2009, Lever was named as the assistant coach for the Montreal Canadiens by Bob Gainey after firing of Guy Carbonneau. Now, he eventually found his way to the Chicago Wolves of the AHL, where he led the franchise in the late 2000s. Now, a great coaching career. He was an assistant coach with Buffalo in 88-89, head coach of the Rochester Americans for 2 years in 91-92, and he lost in the Calder Cup Finals in 91. He was assistant coach with Buffalo 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, all the way to 2002. Assistant coach with St. Louis 03-04. They ended up with the Hamilton Bulldogs for 4 years and eventually won the AHL title in 07 with a 43-28-0 record. Now, Don is part of a unique group of people to not only play 1,000 games, but to have 300 goals in those 1,000 games. So a very consistent score. But his time with Calgary, especially in the 81 playoffs, he really came forward. He was never a playoff specialist until that 81 season with Calgary. And, he showed great skill. But he did also had 30 goals with Calgary and Colorado in 82 combined. 83 first season for the Devils, had 23 goals, 53 points. Ended up with Buffalo at the end of his career, again, where he wrapped up his successful career as probably one of the most underrated left wings of his era. So that's the story of Don Lever. Great player. I do miss him because as a journalist, he's one of the easiest names I ever had to spell. Anybody can spell Don Lever. It's not LeVay, because LeVay would be Don Soap. For sure. Have a good day. Bye.